Peace. It is I, O.G.B.O. This is Omega Man Codes. Listen, 90% of domestic disagreements, arguments, issues of any sort fall back on communicating. Are rooted in failure to properly communicate or skillful communicating. Number one, we have issues, but are not comfortable sharing or expressing with our partner. We go out, we have our best friends. Your best friend is your partner. Make a note of that. Don't only make a note of that. Get busy making that a reality. Get busy learning how to communicate with your partner. How do you learn to communicate with your partner? Here's an idea. Listen. Stop listening to win. Learn to listen to resolve. Avoid trigger, trigger words. Trigger words are words like you. Yeah, you. You did this. You said that. Even if it's true, in the beginning stages of redesign, Kate, you're going to have to remove trigger words like you from the vocabulary. You have to create an environment that's conducive to communicating. That is an environment that's quiet. You're away from the children. You're, you're away from your devices, your television, your iPhones, or your Androids, if you like me. You want to turn all that down. You want to shut all that down. And you want to sit across from that person. And you want to set the rules. Um, Remember those little sand timers? Um, well, get them from games like Risk, where you put on Scrabble, where you put on a timer thing. Use things like that. Stopwatch. And you communicate for the next 1 minute or 60 seconds or um, 2 minutes or what have you. Listen to what I'm saying, or I'm going to listen to what you're saying. Remember, stay away from trigger words, that word you. Stay away from words where you're placing blame. Learn to be skillful. Practice what you're going to say. This being on the receiving end of what's being said. What I mean is, what you're about to tell that person. Picture someone telling it to you. Picture them telling it to you. How would you want to receive it? Okay? Do unto others as you want done unto you. That also refers to your partner. In fact, it refers more to your partner than anybody else. This is your partner for life. That is the goal. Okay, for those who are living polygamous lifestyles, it's the same rules. First and foremost, stay along those lines of doing unto others as you want done unto you. Be open with your partner. When you meet your partner, explain to your partner, I'm a polygamist. Explain what polygamy is. Now, for those who are polygamists based on cultural ideals, I can't really speak too much on that. My teacher, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, taught me to always speak on things that I'm knowledgeable on. Only a fool speak on things they have no knowledge of. It's better to say I don't know than open up your mouth and prove you're an idiot. Okay? But from a Quranic standpoint, Bring the Quran to the table. Educate yourself on what it is to be a polygamist. Most people in the West view polygamy from a sexual standpoint because we're overly sexualized. Polygamy has very little to do with sex. Very little. Polygamy is an overview would be polygamous is when a believing man, a man who believes in morality, who believes in character, who believes in principles, who believes in the Most High, by whatever name you you accept him as, um, agrees to take on more than one life partner. They agree to be the financier for those partners, meaning the man goes out here and he works. He works hard or he works smart and he provides homes for both or three or however partners are involved. In the Quran, there's a limit, okay? I wouldn't advise anyone to have more than two. In fact, I'm going to quote the Quran: one is best if you but knew. Trust me. But he agrees to take on the financial responsibilities. He agrees to lead from a non-emotional standpoint. If you're overly emotional, it may not be the lifestyle for you. If little things get to you, you probably don't want to deal with polygamy. If you are unable to be fair and just, it's probably not for you. But polygamy, just like standard marriages and relationships, it all starts with truth and skillful communicating. The goal is this is your partner, hopefully for life. That's your best friend. That's the person that motivates you. That's the person that inspires you. And if you are a man, you need to qualify for that type of relationship. Being in the West, we have this idea of this 50-50 thing. I do not push that in Omega Man codes. I don't stand on that. I don't teach that. I teach Omega Man codes from the Bible and the Quran. The man is the leader of his household, right? In order to be the leader, you have to finance or be the financer. That means the man is the provider. The man goes out here, he qualifies himself to be a top wage earner. If you're only making $20 an hour, you have no business entering a marriage. See? Now, why am I teaching this and why do I teach this? Well, if you want a feminine woman, you have to create a feminine environment for her. What creates a feminine environment for a woman is security. When she can depend on you mentally, when she can depend on you financially, this would naturally bring out the feminine qualities in a woman. But it is a man's world. So if you're sending her out here to help you finance and help you provide for the household, then you're sending her out here to adapt to a man's environment. This means she's going to find herself trying to adapt a masculine persona by tapping into what her perception of masculinity is. And this is the energy she's going to tap into every day when she leaves out the house. And she may not be able to turn it down. Turn it off when she gets home. Now, you want her to go out here and work a 9 to 5 like you. But then you want to come home and you want her to console you, but she needs consoling at this point also. The same word that then kicked your backside, then kicked her backside. You understand? Now you asking her to help you be the man. Are you willing to help her be the woman? You ain't cut out for that. So don't put her in that bubble. Don't ask her to help you be a man. Instead, qualify yourself to be a man before you move in the direction of marriage. Period. This is O.G.B.O. This is Omega Man Codes. I may do a part two based on the comments I received, but yeah, 90% of the issues we have in domestically can be resolved with skillful communicating. And that is speaking to others the way we want to be spoken to, in the same tone that we want to be spoken to, being truthful, being honest, being transparent, committing to your word, saying what you mean, meaning what you say, being clear. This will resolve 90% of the issues that we have on the domestic front. And again, this is O.G.B.O. This is Omega Man Codes. Until next time, peace and hair grease.